Hey guys, welcome to my Monday morning leadership. I'm going through John Maxwell's The 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader. And today we are on number 17, security. Competence never compensates for insecurity. This is a good one. Maxwell himself says that you can't lead people if you need people. Think about that one. And Andrew Carnegie said, no man will make a great leader who wants to do it all himself and get all the credit for doing it. And I'd have to say I have to agree 100% with that. You know, insecure leaders are dangerous to themselves, their followers, and the organizations, the teams that they lead, because the leadership position amplifies personal flaws. And isn't that so true? We've probably been through situations, each and every one of us. You know, whatever negative baggage you have in life only gets more difficult to bear when you're trying to lead others. Again, that brings out who you really are. You know, insecure leaders have several common traits. Let's go through those as Maxwell details them. He says, number one, they don't provide security for others. An old saying states, you cannot give what you don't have. Just as people without skill cannot impart skill to others, people without security cannot make others feel secure. And for a person to be an effective leader, the kind that others want to follow, they need to make their followers feel good about themselves. Number two, they take more from people than they give, right? Insecure people are on a continual quest for validation and acknowledgement and love. And because of that, their focus is on finding security, not in instilling it in others. You know, they're primarily takers rather than givers, and takers do not make good leaders. And I'll add here that takers are usually draining in a relationship, and I try to avoid them as much as possible because everything is about themselves. You know, I'd say I'd rather be around one giver than 5 or 10 takers, okay? Number three, they continually limit their best people. You know, sadly, this is how I felt in my last job in outside sales. You know, show me an insecure leader and I'll show you someone who cannot genuinely celebrate his people's victories. They might even prevent them from realizing any victories, or they might take credit personally for the best work of their team. You know, as Maxwell mentioned in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, you know, only secure leaders can give power to others. That's the law of empowerment. But an insecure leader hoards power. In fact, the better his people are, the more threatened they feel, and the harder they'll work to limit their success and recognition. And this is kind of really where I found myself after leaving my last employment, really lacking empowerment. But gratefully, in time, I found a team of leaders that were the exact opposite. Number four, they continually limit the organization or their team. You know, when followers are undermined and receive no recognition, they become discouraged and eventually stop performing at their potential. And again, that's kind of where I found myself. So I've been there, done that, and learned from it. And when that happens, the entire organization suffers. So in contrast, secure leaders are able to believe in others because they believe in themselves. They're secure in themselves. They don't need outside validation for that. You know, they're not arrogant. They know their strengths and weaknesses, and they respect themselves. And you know what? When their people perform well, they don't feel threatened. They go out of their way to bring the best people together, and then they build them up so that they will perform at their highest level. And when a secure leader's team succeeds, it brings them great joy. And they see that as the highest compliment that they can receive for their leadership ability. So let's reflect on this a little bit. Let's ask some questions with a little bit of pause between them. How well do you understand and respect yourself? Think on that one for a bit. And do you know your strengths and feel good about them? Have you recognized your weaknesses and accepted the ones you can't change? It's better to focus on your strengths and your weaknesses, but you need to know what your weaknesses are. How secure are you as a leader? And when a follower has a great idea, do you support it or suppress it? And do you celebrate your people's victories? You know, when your team succeeds, do you give the members credit? If not, you may be dealing with insecurity, and it could be limiting your team and your organization. Without doubt, it probably is. So to help improve security, your own security, Maxwell recommends 3 things, the following. So one is know yourself. We'll just call this self-awareness. If you're the kind of person who's not naturally self-aware, take time to learn about yourself. I'd say this is probably something people are really lacking. They really haven't taken time to do it. You can go anywhere from taking a personality test. Ask those closest to you to name 3 of your greatest talents and then 3 of your greatest weaknesses. And then don't do what's common and defend yourself when you hear their answers. Gather the information and then reflect on it. That's how you get better. But I'd say self-awareness is really critical, and so many people are not self-aware. Then give away the credit, right? You may not believe that you can succeed if I and others receive the praise for the job your team is doing, but try it, okay? If you assist others and acknowledge their contributions, you'll help their careers, you'll lift the morale and improve the team or the organization. And again, I'd have to say you gotta be servant leader oriented where you're focused on others. And that again is gonna make you look like an effective leader, which is what you want. And then lastly, get some help. You know, if you cannot overcome feelings of insecurity on your own, it's okay to seek professional help. And I'm not here to give you guidance on that specifically. You know, get to the root of the problems with the assistance of a good counselor. Sometimes it takes an outside set of eyeballs to do that. And not only for your own benefit, but also for that of your people. This is practicing self-care, and it's critical. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys, for Monday Morning Leadership. You know, please feel free to hit the subscribe button if you got value out of this. And also, you are more than welcome to connect with me on social media at the links that I will provide. Have an awesome day, guys. Monday, TGI, I'm Go and Grow. Bye-bye.